Henrique.
Good to see you.
Handshake there, got a microphone in the hand, but we're live here from the London Gaming Market, and it's a very exciting time which we'll come on to. Let's talk about why you're here in a minute, but for the people that don't know you, because there's a lot of people who do know you, especially if you're watching this in the ZX Spectrum community. Tell us, people who don't know you, how you got into computers and what you do with computers.
I got in computers, a lot of us, back in the 80s with Sinclair Spectrum was my first machine. And I loved the machine, I loved the games, I loved everything about it. Favorite game was Elite. And today I make video games.
You make video games?
Yeah, I have a few studios that produce video games for PC, consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, and so on.
And how long have you been making? How long have you been making games?
More than 35 years. I shipped my first game in cassette tape on a Spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And the Spectrum is the story here, obviously. And my questions have gone quiet back on the phone, but I reckon I know what they are. Tell me about the Spectrum itself. Tell me, there's the Amiga pulling at you. There's the Atari ST, right? And then maybe I'm sure you played, and you maybe own many of these things. But why is it, since 1982, you've stuck with this little rubber-keyed wonder, shall we call it?
Yeah, well, that's the name of the documentary, isn't it?
Exactly.
Rubber-keyed wonder. No, but the Spectrum for me was my first computer, right? I played with computers before, but it was the first one I owned, and it was the one that found a place in my heart because of that. And I love the aesthetic of it, how the design comes together. Rick Dickinson made a great job pulling together so much soul, so much care into something that is so small. And test of time, you still pick one today, look at it and say, this looks amazing. Like 40 years on, and it's still relevant.
Talk about years now. Let's go back like 10 years when you had the nub of the idea for the Next. We met, didn't we, at that time? Tell me about that, that time before it was even existing. How are you feeling about it all? It's all kind of on your shoulders to a degree. If you go back to 2015 and bringing it to bear, just give me a little snapshot of how it wasn't there, and that first Kickstarter. What was that about in your mind? Can you think back to that time now?
Yeah, I do. If you wanted to run a Spectrum, you have to buy one on eBay and then get a lot of hardware on it to connect it to an HDMI monitor. If you don't have an RGB, you have to buy DVMC to load it from SD cards. It is a lot of stuff you start to add on. And all of it works very well with each other. And I had this friend in Brazil called Victor Trucco, who I grew up with as a childhood friend who was also into the Spectrum. And he created the replacement board for the Spectrum. You basically open your original Spectrum, take out the original board, and put that board that brings in HDMI, SD card support, more memory, etc. And he wanted me to bring that to the UK for him because it was very popular in Brazil, where he's from. We also had the Spectrum in Brazil. But I told him at the time that the Spectrum was an experience in a box. You got it under your Christmas tree, open it, there's that smell, there is the manual, it's a ready thing.
Excitement of a nostalgia.
Yeah, it's not a kit, right? It's a design product.
Yeah.
So we went in this journey to try to recreate that. So I found the original designer, Rick Dickinson, in Cambridge, and some of the guys who did the ROM back in the day as well. And with the community, we started to build this new machine that was very much meant to be what would have happened if Sinclair didn't go bust and made a follow-up to the Spectrum.
You continued the story, and continuing the story right now, where are we now? We are now, not far away. We're talking about the 19th of July for the final Next?
Yes, that's the final one we will do.
After next, the final but next.
It's the final, yeah.
Okay.
So we did 2 Kickstarters, very successful ones. There are more than 10,000 Next, plus the clones, Go, Xberry Pis, and machines that we are happy to see people make that are compatible with the Next. But there's a lot of people who still want one. Just around the corner here.
Today.
Yeah, but just around the corner, if you want to buy one second-hand, it's £600. It's twice as much as it costs on the Kickstarter. So there is demand for it. So we'll do a last hurrah, see how many people don't have it, and hopefully we can get the community even more heated so more games can come out. We're actually celebrating, we just crossed the 200th game made exclusively for the Next mark.
Yeah.
And I want the people making these games being able to kind of make a living out of that and carry on doing it. So we need more Next in the hands of the fans.
And any surprises? Are you going to, We don't know exactly when this video is going out, so you might see stuff afterwards. But we talked about Commodore earlier. You know, those Commodore fans, how are they going to feel about all this?
I have no idea, but they're good news, right? Perifractic seems like he bought the brand and so on. We managed to license the ROMs from Cloanto because there is a core that allows the Next to run as a Commodore 64. It's not what the Next is for, but if you want to try out to see what the C64 is like, it is a perfect implementation of C64 to hardware level, and it runs beautifully on the Next. So it will ship with that. Kickstarter 3 will bring that, plus the ability to have several other cores because the FPGA is larger. You can have more personalities of computers inside the Next.
Okay. So, games you loved, we're not necessarily the most technical people, you might know that. We're a bit of memes and fun and crazy shit. I can say that on camera, because they all do, these interviewers. So I've got a couple of questions for you. Okay. I'm going to throw you someone now. What do you think it might be?
I have no idea.
So, first question, very serious one, yeah? Very serious. If you're on an island with a monkey, and he was your player too, what 3 games would you play?
With a monkey? Oh my god.
You're alone with that monkey like Castaway.
Well, it has to be something a monkey can play, I guess, Pong?
Yeah, pretty simple.
Yeah, pretty simple. The Nintendo, the Bongo game. Oh my god. Donkey Konga, right? He can probably play that. Yeah. And a racing game, a retro racing game. That he could probably play that.
Racing? Maybe. I've just answered for you there. Sorry about that. There you go. But that aside, if you're on an island on your own, the old desert island discs, what 3 games would you take with you? And you're there for life. You cannot get off this place.
So it has to be games that will last for years. Elite would be number 1. It's an open universe. I can go anywhere. I can be anything. And is the game that got me into becoming a game developer. Once I saw that game in the 80s, I said, how is this possible? And I started to try to understand how that was done. And I became a developer because of that. That would be my number 1. Number 2, something strategic. I think Chaos is good. I'll probably take Chaos because it's very replayable, has AI that I can play against. Or maybe XCOM. Same guy. So I think it counts as 1.
Keep you occupied.
Yes. And a third one. What would I go for a third one? Something arcadey. I think I would take Space Invaders.
Nice.
Replayability, endless.
And you'd be world champion at that point.
Well,
the long beard,
the whole time, until the end of time, I might as well.
Mate, that's such a good answer. I love that. I thought I'd just throw a few weird questions in from us, because I think the thing about this computer is that it's for everybody. If you're the basic end, like us, maybe playing games, it's got thousands.
Yes. But
if you want to program it,
10,000 games from the neck, from the old
exactly.
Spectrum, plus 200 new ones.
Yeah.
Right. And there are some games that look beautiful, like Head Over Heels on the Next. There's no better version of Head Over Heels anywhere. So
it's a good-looking machine for games. But then, like you said, if you want to get deep, you can get deep, can't you?
Yes, you can get very deep. There are even compilers now that run natively on the Next. So there are C compilers, there are assemblers and things like that. You can also develop on, say, Microsoft Visual Studio, and then kind of stream it to the Next for playing there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you want to play everything on the Next, you can compile it on the Next. It's like, how cool is that? You can make your games from scratch on the Next with nothing else.
And if you want to get into this, there's the website, but the Facebook community is the one, isn't it?
Yeah, the Facebook community is super active and friendly. I know it's Facebook, it's a bit old, shows our age.
It's a safe space.
It's a safe space.
For lots of older people, but there's young people as well.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's okay. But there is a lovely community there, very well nurtured and managed by the community itself. And you can get any questions you want about the Next, and you'll be welcomed and helped. And they'll be more than happy to take you in.
And should we do the links in the description below, guys? So when you obviously see this, go to Facebook group maybe first, because you get to see like the real, wider sort of possibilities of the Next. Don't you? Website's good, and obviously there'll be the Kickstarter link as well. But have a look at the Facebook page. I think it's
that is where I would start.
The encyclopedia of the Next, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, that's where I would start, and has a good vibe to it.
Absolutely. So here today, showing lots of people what we're doing, and it's now about where we go with Kickstarter. So
yeah, 19th of July.
The final one. I'm going to hold you to this.
Well, please do.
You've had enough. No.
Yeah, exactly.
No. It's been amazing to see you yet again.
Yet again.
Obviously, I've known you for like nearly 10 years. And let's have a hug. Group hug on the channel, and congratulations with coming so far.
Thanks for all the help for making this happen. I really appreciate it, my friend.
I think it's been everybody who's been getting involved in this, so it's been fantastic. Shake your hand once again, and yeah, see you on the next video.
Cheers.